Hey gang, Chris and Rose coming at you really quick with a 5-part mini series of videos just discussing the updates, changes, and upgrades that we've had to the Forge Functional Fitness and Health. And today's video is really going to do a little bit deeper dive into the main event, which we're going to call the programming and everything that comes along with it. So just understand that all of these changes, updates, upgrades have been done with you at heart, and we just want what's best for you and the community at large. So here we go.
All right, so we're going to talk about the outline of the programming first. So why have we split up the days from strength and engine-based work? And so really, we've seen people get the most out of their training when they split up the days. So there's science and studies to back this up, and then we've also seen it in our gym. So for example, when you do a strength-based day and you are not doing both strength and conditioning, you're going to get more out of your strength work by doing that. These are going to be full body days. That again you'll have more energy to focus on and then recover during that session. And then the next day when you split it into doing your engine or aerobic work, that you're going to get more out of that engine, that workout day, than you would if you were trying to split. So for example, if you were doing a full strength-based day and then you also had some conditioning with it, you wouldn't be maybe putting as much strength into that or effort into your strength if you're thinking, oh, I have to do the Metcon after, and you're not giving maybe everything into that Metcon as well. So hopefully that kind of makes sense on that front. But it's looking to be just a little better, well-rounded. You guys have seen great results by doing that functional strength class, and you guys have liked that. So really that's kind of what is going on here as well, is we're just kind of incorporating more of that. We've seen the people who do hybrid and PT, who are doing extra strength work, see much better and much faster results by doing this as well. So we've seen the in-body scans, and it's proving this to be true. So we just want to bring that to the classes at large and get you the most for your time, for your effort at the gym.
So what are these days called, and then what is kind of involved in each of the days, and of course why are we doing it? Rose kind of explained that, but the first one that comes to mind is our power day. So the other day we did one of those, basically a full body weightlifting day that gets both upper body, lower body, hinging, pushing, pulling, squatting, and everything there in between. So when we break up the days like this, for a power day specifically, we are able to lift heavier, have more building sets, and work at greater capacity across the whole day, not just build through all of our sets like we've seen in years and months past with our programming. So we're just trying to be more well-rounded and then get our full body focus when we do our weightlifting efforts.
All right, and then we have our engine days. So these are days that build our aerobic capacity. So if you think back to our ticker training days, where we're really trying to be more aerobic with our efforts, this is gonna be like zone 2, zone 3 effort. This is improving our ability to train long and also to recover. So this is super important for lifelong health, but also just to feel good, to be able to teach our bodies to burn fats as a fuel source as well. And so not run at that high carb burning in the inflammatory state. So these are our long training days, which benefit us for, again, your engine and your recovery.
Right, so far we've got power, we've got engine, and then right now we're gonna go with capacity. That is our higher end work range. Okay, so effort level 8, 9, 10 on that RPE scale, which we'll talk a little bit more about here later, but that is what you should feel in your training like that. Really get after it, that red hot zone, just to have that strength, but also be powerful during your circuits.
All right, we have now power plus capacity. So we just said we don't pair our workouts together, or we're getting away from pairing all our workout days together. These two are very specifically put together because this is going to train you to be both strong and fit. So it's going to be a weightlifting day, a shorter weightlifting day, where you have some focused intentional weightlifting and the time to recover, and then a very short and intentional Metcon. So this is just gonna be fun. These are our CrossFit days, this is our variety, but again, it gets you some of that strength without taking away from it by doing a long training day after, and it just gets that top end capacity. Again, that 8, 9, 10, but a very short duration.
The next thing that we have added with this programming is a purposely built and driven recovery day on Sundays. So we're talking zone 2 training, going for a walk, a ruck, a gentle run, swim, bike ride, just different things of that nature to get the blood flowing, and with some very focused mobility, something that I know myself, like I don't do nearly enough of. So to have it like written and built, it takes away the decision-making process for me. I just flip open that SugarWOD app, I'm like, okay, this is what I am doing today on a Sunday, and gets me ready for the week. The next little bit here is the bonus work, or lately we've been calling it extra work, and that is of course outside the bounds of class, but is designed specifically to add, enhance, promote the day's work, so there are no holes left in your game. Also, if you are the person who has the time, or you just want to take your fitness to the next level, that is stuff of course written especially for you. So we didn't leave any stone unturned when we made these changes and upgrades.
Good. Yeah. All right, we have, so now that's the concept of the days, the purpose of the days, and why they are called that. Last thing we want to point out is the reps in reserve, the RIR that you've seen. That's just a new term, maybe a little confusing between that and your percentages. Percentages are super helpful, especially if you want to get very specific with your weight training and are really focused on how much you're lifting. However, as a gym, we have trained more. We've taken away having a RX weight, and the reps in reserve is really going to help with that as well, because reps in reserve is all about how you are feeling and still being able to push it as if you were doing it as a percentage range. So for example, again, if you're doing a weightlifting set and the reps in reserve says 3 reps in reserve. So when you do your effort, let's say it's 8 reps of something and the reps in reserve is 3, you should feel like you have 3 reps left in the tank. If you have like 8 to 10 reps left in the tank, you could do 8 to 10 reps more. You went way too light. And if you have, I feel like that 8 was your max effort and the reps in reserve is 3, then you went way too heavy. So any more thoughts on the reps in reserve?
I think you hit it pretty well.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how you can kind of think about that one.
So the other like effort level intensity that we can look at here is RPE. Now we made that change from heart rate based training, ticker training in January of this year to RPE. So that is staying exactly the same. So if you ever need a gauge or a guide that maybe a coach forgot to provide for the day, look to the front of the room on both the left and the right, and there is the RPE scale, just top down, and what the intended stimulus should be for the day. Never want anybody to be like, oh, how should I be feeling today? One, ask. And if you can't ask for whatever reason, or the coach forgot to tell you, look up to the front of the room and see what that RPE scale is, just to give some guidance through the day's training. Anything else, Rose?
Nope, that's it.
Cool.
That's good for this video. Next, we're going to talk about how the cycles kind of change and go in 3-week increments, and a little bit more about how you're going to get results with this training.
Perfect, guys. Well, until next time, we'll see you at the Forge.